You need the belt because they're coming in here a championship fight. People want the belt.
Yeah.
That's why they made so many belts. Make more money. Imagine a guy like Henry Armstrong. He got 3 of the belts simultaneously. Now what he got to do? Come down and fight people like this? That didn't make sense.
Yeah, you just don't know. I've never seen a 57-year-old fighter up in the ring, against a strong guy, a strong bull like Jake Paul. I think it'll be sad for Tyson.
Love him or hate him, Jake Paul continues to grab attention in the boxing world. He is now set for what could be the biggest fight of his career, a showdown with the legendary Mike Tyson. The matchup has sparked major debate, especially because of the significant age gap and concerns about the physical risks involved. Many fans initially believed the bout would be an exhibition, including Tyson himself. However, Roy Jones Jr. has suggested otherwise. Speaking on the Lunch Club, Jones said he has heard the fight has been upgraded to an official contest rather than an exhibition. If that's true, it adds even more intrigue to the event. While Jake Paul has clearly improved over time, Tyson, even in his late 50s, remains one of the most feared heavyweights in boxing history. Tyson, who last fought Roy Jones Jr. in 2020, will need to pass all required medical tests, including brain and heart examinations, for the fight to move forward. Despite the concerns, Tyson has expressed excitement about stepping back into the ring. He praised Paul's growth as a boxer, but also made it clear he plans to compete seriously when they meet. Andre Ward also shared his thoughts on the fight. He described it as a spectacle that he plans to watch, but admitted he feels conflicted. While acknowledging the risks, Ward noted that if there's any fighter in his late 50s capable of handling such a challenge, it might be Tyson. At the same time, he emphasized that boxing is always dangerous, regardless of age. Ward also pointed out that Jake Paul and his team have been strategic in choosing opponents with bigger and bigger names, making this matchup even more interesting. He added that in boxing, victories can hide problems, while losses often reveal them. Overall, the fight has generated both excitement and controversy. Whether viewed as a bold competitive clash or a high-profile spectacle, it is undoubtedly one of the most talked-about events in recent boxing history.
Oh man, if he hurts Mike Tyson, bro, let me get that, bro. And he's not coming to bare knuckle. That's the thing, though. That's the thing, right?
I don't think he would do it.
These guys, so who wants to come bare knuckle with me? Shout out to MVP, man. We had a heck of a matchup. Heck of a fight. I loved it, that.
Mike Perry stated that if Jake Paul seriously hurts Mike Tyson, he would want the opportunity to fight Paul himself. Perry acknowledged that Paul may not be willing to compete in bare-knuckle boxing, but added that given Jake's history of accepting high-profile challenges, some people might wrongly assume he's avoiding certain matchups out of fear.
Say that he's afraid of and things like that. And that's partly what drew me to bare knuckle, was that so many were worried about it or afraid of it. And I'm like, it seems real to me. So Jake, man, definitely issue you a challenge. If you get through Mike Tyson, test yourself for real and let's have a street.
Mike Perry has challenged Jake Paul to a street fight if Paul defeats Mike Tyson. The two have previously sparred, and while Perry has acknowledged Paul's boxing ability, he believes Paul should test himself in a more raw and unfiltered setting by accepting his challenge. In a separate interview, Perry claimed he is confident in his ability to beat Paul, particularly in a bare-knuckle format, suggesting that such an environment would favor his style. Meanwhile, Oscar De La Hoya voiced concerns about Jake Paul's long-term commitment to boxing. He suggested that choosing to fight Tyson at this stage of his career could potentially undermine Paul's stated ambitions of competing for a legitimate world title in the future.
I mean, I grew up with Tyson, so it's to me, it's like, man, hopefully stay safe.
Moreover, Oscar De La Hoya questioned how the fight could impact Jake Paul's career if Mike Tyson steps into the ring at 58 years old. De La Hoya stated that he does not necessarily believe the fight would be physically dangerous for Tyson, pointing out that Tyson has shared the ring with elite fighters throughout his career and has proven durability. He noted that Tyson may still be capable of competing for several rounds. However, his primary concern centers on Tyson's legacy. He also expressed uncertainty about how the matchup might unfold, explaining that it is rare to see a fighter in his late 50s facing a younger, physically strong opponent. De La Hoya suggested that the situation could become unfortunate if things go wrong, and emphasized that he hopes Tyson remains safe during the bout. While De La Hoya has acknowledged Jake Paul's potential to develop into a legitimate world title contender, he appeared cautious and somewhat skeptical when discussing the possible risks involved in the upcoming fight.
Oh, or which way it affects boxing, because I think a lot of eyeballs are going to be watching. And, you know, it's like they say, right? I mean, hey, it's like, you know, good media or bad media, it's still media, right?
Mike Tyson has revealed new details about his training camp as he prepares for his upcoming fight with Jake Paul, and it seems the intensity is increasing with each passing day as the bout approaches.